Minions have spawned.
Yeah, guys, I thought I'd do a commentary of how to 1v9 with full inting team. So, thought this game would be a good game to showcase on how to do macro and other cool stuff on the champ. So we start by warding the Raptor's ward, mainly because our jungler was, you know, so nicely spam pinging us to do it. So we thought we'd give it a go. We're up against Ori and she missed 2 Qs already, so she's clearly gifted. Noting that by, you know, the third Q that missed. It's actually had me laughing in game, but I knew she'd hit the 4th one because I step up to CS. I'm just gonna fast forward it a bit. She misses another one, so she's like 4 for 5. Then she hits her second one in level 1. I've never been this healthy on TF before versus an Ori, but hey, we take it. Ori lane is kinda boring. You mainly want to weave in and out from her Q and W combos, but because the champion has such an easy access to hit you whenever you try to CS, you're almost guaranteed to get poked. Here we get a cheese gank by the Xin Zhao, so we just naturally ghost and flash on her, which is one of the reasons ghost is really good, because even if you both flash, you'll catch up to her, and while running Nimbus Cloak is really good for the speed buff. So we just get an easy kill on the Xin Zhao, and right now the lane is pushing towards us, so it's a pretty cozy spot to be in. But right now we just want to focus on CSing. Ori's pressuring the I tried trading back for whatever reason. This is like hinting, because I didn't even do any damage to her. And then this play I was actually taken by surprise. I was like thinking, what the fuck? He's just gonna die to Xin Zhao. And I'm gonna get a free recall, my jungler is gonna start 2-0, and I'm just gonna get T2 boots. So I was like typing worth question mark in chat. Kinda remember this. So we return back to lane. I feel like their jungler griefed and we didn't even miss cannon, so that was pretty good. Right now the wave is in a cozy spot as well, because even if Orianna wants to poke us, she doesn't have summons, and she probably needs to spend mana to fix the wave from it crashing into her tower, so she doesn't lose too many of the CS. Here we notice that their bot lane is kinda hard diving on ours, so I try to run bot side here, but it ends up not working out. This was kinda like a strange play by them, because it ended up working for the fiddle, because as soon as he respawned he ran bot, and I was like thinking, how does he int mid and then just rush bot and it works? So I was a bit surprised. Also I was a bit annoyed at this point in the game because the lead I had over Orianna diminished from me dying, so I lost like 1 wave difference there and then 1 wave running. So my Xin Zhao should be up on CS, but now when I'm checking the replay that doesn't seem to be the case. Here I waited until I got 6 off the wave before TPing in to assure that my Xin Zhao lives, because I know we're stronger 2v2. Also on the Nautilus I just sidestepped the Q because I'm aware where he is. Now we just farm the mid. At this point I noticed that our top and bot lane are not doing too hot, and it's kinda annoying seeing a Vayne int, because they pick a turbo scaling champion and then they just lose. Now she's 0-3, and bot lane they died as well, so now they're like 0-4. So I'm like thinking, great, this is gonna be a fun game to carry these 3 people. They pick really high scaling champs and they int early game. Right now I'm just waiting for Orianna to crush in the wave and farm with Q, because I don't know where Fiddle is. And they didn't really ping anything, so his flash should be up, he could possibly have ult. So I'm thinking I should just recall and conserve my mana. Try to play more around the Shinzao, because he seems to be the only one playing well for the time being. Bot lane died again. I don't have R. They're like chasing the Shinzao. I keep looking bot lane here on the minimap to see the fiddle is on him. So as soon as I see that they're still there, I immediately go. I hopefully secure the fiddle. Then I immediately goes because I saw that the Kai'Sa is overextended. And I end up getting the Kai'Sa as well. Which is good because this Jinx is 0-3, so we didn't reset our gold. But then for whatever reason, my Shinzao ended up chasing and died and gave 2 kills to the Orianna, which kinda pissed me off.
Shut down.
Because they overchased the Nautilus and they didn't get him, after I gave him the Fid and then made sure we get the Kai'Sa shutdown, which I thought would be more important than killing the support at the given time. So now I've roamed a lot and I'm suddenly behind plates and minions and possibly XP to Orianna. So in my mind I'm just hitting tab and I watch and think to myself, oh boy, my top and bot are 1 and 11 and my Shinzao just inted 4, which is not a good sign. And I was thinking, hey, he's the human being I have to play around. So here we just wait for the wave. We don't want to step up to the Ori. We just play and wave clear. Ori stepping a bit backwards too because Shinzao showed his presence. I ward top in case Fiddle is there, but we spot Fiddle on bot side and my bot lane ends up being dove again. Here I'm looking in case I can make it in time. But I don't, but then I noticed that the tower is really low HP. So I should hover it so they don't get the first tower. Because Fiddle and Kai'Sa were there, but they have stuff on cooldown. So I figured I can just defend it so we don't lose it. Now it's looking even worse because my bot lane is 1 and 9. Thinking I need my RFCs. The Nautilus overextends here, and so does the Ori, so we end up getting her as well. Here I try to look for a stun, but I get the gold card in the last rotation, and then I just proceed to shove out the wave. Also I think to myself I can get a plate here because Shinzao is on Fiddlestick, so whether Fiddle has ult or not, I have him in full vision so I can tell. Nautilus just roams up, which I'm a bit confused. I catch Kai'Sa by the ward, so I know I should be safe here unless they have mysteriously warded it, which should be really unlikely because we took void grubs last time. So that should give me enough info that should be a safe recall. Now we return to mid and we just wait our ult and see if we farm. Me and Shinzao are still strong, so we can maybe carry the game from this point. And their team comp isn't that good in the enemy team. They run a bit bot to try and hover since Orianna left as well, in case they end up doing a play. My team spots that they're 4 man and we drop the bot tower, so I try to get for a couple plays. Ori misses ult, so we immediately go for her. I ghost wounded him. I timed it with stun. And we keep fighting them here. I get a shotgun on that guy as well. I weave in and out to see what Kai'Sa does, and then I can wait. I stun and then we kill her as well. We get like 4 for 1, and then I notice I have my R back up. I can afford 1 W, So naturally I go and send Nautilus to an early grave, because you know, I'm a carrying person. I like taking care of the enemy team. So we actually get a 5 for 1, and at this point the game looks a lot better. We have equalized the score. We should be relatively even in gold, and by the looks of it we're actually ahead in gold at this point. Not that I would have imagined it with how the game was going, because of bot and top lane being like 1 and 12 at some point combined. But nonetheless, we shove out bot because they were moving a bit downwards, and we spotted Nautilus and some other wards with Ori. So we just clear the pink and we get out. And we wait our ult.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Because we have no vision on the bot side of the map. So it's better for me to hover the bot lane in case they get caught. Here Orianna overextends and she fade flashes. So we just get her for free. I make sure that I step left, right of Janna. So in case Ori ults us, she only catches the Janna. So that's why I'm barely out of range. So that was my thought process, that I should just approach her and stay out of the Ori Q that's on Janna. Here I hover again, I pretend that we're not fighting anyone here. The Jinx is too focused on the tower, so she's not really focused on the free kill. But Nautilus ends up hinting, so unironically we end up getting the free kill. Now I'm 8 and 1. So far the game is going really well for me. I'm starting to have my free core items, and we try to secure a dragon, but Teemo ends up being in the bush for whatever reason. Then they also end up stealing the dragon, which is really bad. And at this point I was thinking to myself, why is Xin Zhao top lane again, playing for the Vayne, which is just really questionable in the first place. Because he should have been for the dragon there. But it ends up being really bad and we end up dying 3 people and giving them dragons. So we threw back at this point, the game back in for the enemy team. So now the enemy team are suddenly in a really good position. Get my RFC and I spot Xin Zhao, but he ends up face checking despite knowing they're there, and he gets caught and dies. And here I'm thinking, why is Jinx mid topside taxing my wave rather than mid, but since I'm a bit annoyed I take half of the wave. Here we spot Teemo. Oh yeah. Here I stunned the Teemo and my Vayne backed off from the Teemo that had cooldown on Q. So we end up having a delayed kill on Teemo, which pissed me off. And got me killed. And my team kinda fights it anyway. We end up getting aced, which is really bad. But here I noticed that they overstay and I have my Shirelli up. So I Shirelli and I get the Kai'Sa. Then I run upwards because I saw the Fid trying to R. So I'm trying to be out of his range. He kinda flashes late, so we managed to get him as well. So they overstayed here, and I managed to get 2 kills, which is really good. Then we try to see if we can get Nautilus, which we don't. I try to see if I can get the Nautilus stun, which doesn't really matter. And then we try to get Teemo, which is annoying because he has a million shrooms. Here we try to go for Baron, and I'm trying to tell the Janna to R once she has it, but it's on cooldown. And then my team just kinda stacks up for Ori and we end up dying. So we throw at another objective, which is annoying. And my twin actually hard flames me and asks me why the fuck I even went for it. And I said it was fine as long as we didn't stack and Jan R was coming up, but in hindsight it kinda looked a bit worse than when I was playing it initially. Here I ping my team to go mid. They wanna like weirdly contest and my Vayne is frontlining for whatever reason because you know main player. Also my Discord randomly restarted for whatever reason. But at this point, I didn't pay attention what the Shinzao did. I think he went back in for no reason. If I remember correctly. Here I'm trying to just get my Rabadon. I know I can take 2 waves. Because they were like the lower part of top river. Here I'm thinking I can maybe grab the tower and TP out. But since they're on Shinzao, should be no problem for me to grab the tower. And I'm thinking, okay, I can recall here. But then I spot randomly the Nautilus ping here and I'm like, okay. So I just end up running, recalling, but then I spot the Fiddle passive being there. I'm like, great, I have to recall now at the 3rd location. But this time we managed to come back into base, so all good. Now we're trying to defend and look for a pick. Orianna ends up overextending a bit, so we stun her. I weave in and out, checking what my team does. We try to stun the Nautilus, but then we flash for the Kai'Sa. And then the Fiddle does something really weird. So this ended up being a similar play to them doing bot lane and overstaying. And Orianna being out of position, so I RFC stunned her, which was really good. Here I just try to flash on Teemo, no I mean chase Teemo, see if he screws up for whatever reason. He doesn't end up doing so. Here we're really close to Rabadon, so I notice I need 1 more wave. We should have it here. So now we're really strong and then I get a pink in case we need it for the next objective. I just end up bait clearing and I managed to proc the Orianna Banshee. Here I ping my team to go mid, because it's better to go mid since the dragon is spawning in like 30 seconds. And we can try to... So the thing is with this play is, I ping my team to go mid, because the wave is not spawning for another 30 seconds. So we can try and pressure and get an inhibitor. Because as of now, the bot side of the map is heavily warded and we don't know where Fiddlesticks is. Which is a problem, because if they actually ace us, we lose the game. Luckily for me, my Shinzao did not, you know, attend his chemo, so he face checks and dies. And by luckily, I mean obviously sarcastically. There was luck. So here I end up going for the bot tower, and I mean mid tower and then hit. Then I just end up losing. Yeah, it kinda sucks that we lose the soul. But now at least we have mid inhib we can maybe pressure while they're Baron or something, despite Shinzao inting. So here I kinda want to weave in and out, and I wanna cut the wave as much as possible. So what I end up doing here is I rush because we see them on the wards. So I rush upwards to try and clear the wave. And always have this wave crushed in. And in case they're all there, I try to follow the wave and hug the bottom side of the mid wall. So I'm safe against them. But then I noticed that Kai'Sa has randomly recalled, so I need to take a different route. So here I return to pressuring the wave. Here I noticed Timo does some weird shit, so I just stun and get him. Then I ult, and I spot Fiddle is here, so I just stun him and end up getting him as well. Then immediately I look for the next play and notice the Orianna and Kai'Sa. So I try to get the Ori, but then we end up getting the Kai'Sa instead. And I'm thinking maybe we can push an end here, but my team wanted Baron. And I looked unironically at the bottom inhib. I'm thinking, okay, bot inhib is gone. But then they switched aggro and I actually could have saved it if I didn't stop my recall, which was kind of annoying, but no, it shouldn't be too much of a big deal. So right now we ended up going Banshee in case Kai'Sa W hits us or Timo Shroom or Ori R. So I thought it was a convenient last item to not lose momentum, and I don't really need Void because they're all squishy. So here I try to weave in and out and clear the ward. We have more vision and pressure. Here I try to stack my E. It's always important to stack your E, by the way. If you don't do it, no matter what, always try to have it up when you leave a wave, especially later. Here I noticed that they're a bit like thinly spread, and my team was like pinging really heavily. So I noticed the Kai'Sa was look at the Kai'Sa, so she's above the rest of her team, and we noticed that some of them were hugging the bottom side. So my thought is Fiddle might be bot side of the map, so I'm gonna try and ult. Luckily the Fiddle hasn't bought his own Banshee for whatever reason, so we end up getting it. Kai'Sa however responded, so we see the Kai'Sa and she used Suns. Here I step back from the Ori R, which was really crucial. Because I think it was really clutch the way this fight was. Sorry for replaying it. But I wanted to show you slower. So here we burn the Kai'Sa stuff. And I noticed Orianna above, so I weaved in and out, and as soon as it hit, I went back in. Because I calculated the range. Like, that looks almost on a scripting level, I'm not gonna lie. Because it just looked at the bare range of it. So we end up getting everyone and winning the game with our ult and macro. And for some reason, even though the Shinza was playing like really well in the start, he ended up doing a lot of mistakes. And unironically, this Jinx that was like at some point 0-4, like 0-5, ended up with positive KDA, which disgusted me, but hey, we ended up carrying the game. Turbo 1v9 for macro and picks. And this game is like 400 or 300 LP in Masters, which is kinda shocking because of how bad movements and macro these people have. But I thought this was a good game to showcase on how to play macro and how to utilize RFC and movement speed on TF to close out and not close out games because we were behind, but how to crawl back into a game and maintaining your lead, because I was always ahead but my team was behind, so it's a good game to showcase how to stabilize the game and equalize the game and then closing it out eventually. So it's a good game to showcase. So I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary, and yeah, I'll try to upload more in the future. Thanks for watching.